What's good, guys and girls of YouTube? It's your boy Justin Omoi here in the garage. So you're gonna hear a lot of reverb, but today you won't hear it in the computer. But today we are gonna do a quick talk about sidechaining. Sidechaining is basically the thing where you actually route a signal into another piece of signal, but with no audio being shown. It's only just a signal of the waveform. You could use that waveform to affect another sound to how you want it to be. Sidechain compression is one of the most frequently used type of sidechains. There's also sidechaining for stereo effect or fruity like peak controlling the peak of another sound, and so forth. But today we're going to talk about both sidechaining in itself as well as sidechaining in compression, sidechain compression, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And yeah, sidechain compression is mostly used when you want to, keep a balance within sounds. Sometimes you'll have something like the bass and the kick would be, so high, and if if two sounds of a high like bass end would, collide, it'll give you a wobble wobble sound or a sound you just don't like. So with sidechain compression, we could lower one of the sounds while the other one is playing or is being played, and that will definitely help balance the sound or make one stick out of another one. Now that you understand a little bit of sidechain as well as the sidechain compression, let's just jump into the FL Studio in the room and go ahead and get that done. Okay, we are here in FL Studio, and I'm gonna show you an example of sidechaining as well as how you're supposed to do it. So yes, what I'm gonna do now is just play this little section, and you'll notice right here, this is the 3x oscillator, the bass, and this right here is the kick. Maybe I should rename it kick, and this one's gonna be named bass. Bam. But notice what's gonna happen is the bass is gonna be playing, of course, but when the kick comes in, notice the bass will go boom, 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 down, down, down. So yeah, one more thing, if you hear like a lot of this, my bad, because I'm holding the mic right now. It's a hard not life. All right, so I'm gonna just play it right now. Notice. So yeah, do you see how it goes down, down, down? That's because of what is known as the sidechain compression. So basically, first and foremost, sidechaining is a process of sending the routed track like this, but all the way to the zero, meaning the signal, the path is going, but there's no signal. You'll see the signal, but you won't hear it. So yes, an example, I'm going to fruity limiter, right? Yeah, it's oversaturated. In the compression, so you gotta click here, I went to sidechain, and sidechain number one. Number one is simply the first one that comes in order that's sidechained. So this bass is the first one that's sidechained to this one. So yeah, even though this is the master, this doesn't count. So yeah, you'll notice with this little arrow you can't click. Be like, all right, that one's sent. So the sound you want to affect, you gotta sidechain to it. So yeah, there's a couple of ways you could do that. You go ahead and click, drop all the way down. It'll usually be like that, whatever. Drop it down. Oops. Or you could just right click, sidechain to this track, or sidechain to this track only. Now, if you want the sound to not be heard in the master, you would choose this, sidechain to this track only. But because I want it to go in there as well as in the master, I gotta just select sidechain to this track. Bop. So yeah, once it's sidechained in, back to the limiter, notice it's gone. Let me go ahead and select it back. And yep. So what I did here was just select the threshold, which is down here, with a ratio here. And I didn't mess with the envelope, but yeah. So I'm gonna hit play, and you'll see the kicks waveform inside of the bass sound, if that makes sense. Alright, let me go ahead. This right here is the analysis, of the sound. This is what is being heard or shown. That's through here. This, thing. Let me see if I hit Alt W. It might.
half of it is going to be this right here. So yeah, what is happening in the sidechain is the kick signal is going into the bass. So this is the signal here. And then we are using the threshold to, compress according to the kick's sound, not the bass's sound. So when the bass is played and then the kick is played at the same time, it'll trigger the threshold that you set and reduce the amount accordingly to the threshold of this, waveform, this sound, the signal. So yes, once again, let me just hit play and you'll notice the bass is going to keep dropping. It'll be better in the decimal. Alt W, cool. So I'm gonna hit play. So yep, there you go. The purple is the input, which is how much is going in, and the white, this circle right here, that color there, that's the output. So when the kick comes in, notice how the white bends down and up, bends down and go up. The white line on top right here, that's the compression amount. So we could adjust that if we want. Right now it is doing a lot of compression. So let's see, something like maybe like this would do something cool. Yeah, notice how more smooth the line is. But yes, that is sidechain compression.
And that is sidechain compression, how to do it and such in FL Studio, of course. Thank you, like, subscribe. It's your boy Justin Omoi. With that being said, peace.